Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs and welcome back to another Snapshot video. This is Snapshot 21w42a and, to be honest, not a lot has changed. The main thing in this snapshot is the addition of a bunch of new music tracks, and so I'm going to go exploring in a brand new survival world looking for... oh dear, we've already had our first casualty. RIP that rabbit, didn't even drop any rabbit meat, never mind. Ooh, okay, I'm getting sidetracked slightly here, but I'm going to explore this world and search for dungeons and a stronghold, because apparently there is a new music disc in the game. Raine has composed a bunch of new tracks for this update, and one of the new tracks that's been composed is actually added to a music disc called Otherside, which is apparently only to be found in dungeon chests and strongholds. So I'm going to do my best to explore a little bit of the world here, and we'll just kind of play survival for a little bit, hopefully get to the point where I can get hold of some Eyes of Ender so that we can go find a stronghold, and then from that point we should hopefully be able to track down this new music disc. And I haven't actually listened to it yet, even though the rest of the tracks are on Spotify, so it will be my first time listening to it in-game if we're able to track down this music disc for ourselves. So the other new music for the Caves and Cliffs update has been composed both by Raine and a new composer to Minecraft called Kumi Tanioka, and so we're going to be listening to a few of those tracks as we get started here. I'm going to indicate in the lower left-hand corner when one of the new tracks starts playing, and I might drop out of commentary here and there just so you can listen to the music every so often, because it's always really nice to appreciate the music of Minecraft, and I think all of these tracks are absolutely fantastic so far. There's a couple of them that aren't actually in the game yet. There's a track called Ancestry, which, while it is listed on the soundtrack page on Spotify, is kind of missing from the game's files. So right now you can't actually listen to that one in-game as far as we can tell. We don't know what triggers it. It might actually end up being something to do with the Deep Dark and the Warden, which have been delayed until Minecraft 1.19, the Wild update, although it may be that this is just something they need to fix, because occasionally stuff like this happens. Alright, we've got our furnace, we can get ourselves an axe, let's get a shovel as well, let's keep a little bit of stone for a pickaxe in case we need another one, but I think I saw some iron around here somewhere, so I think let's head back to that ravine and let's see if we can get ourselves some iron. Another thing that is worth noting about this world is that I spawned in a temperate biome. We were in a meadow biome, it looks like. We've got a sunflower plains here, we've got a regular plains biome all around us, and I want to check the coordinates real fast. We are not too far away from the 0 point, but one of the other important points of this Minecraft changelog for the most recent update is that it will now spawn you based on biome temperature. It will choose the spawn location for the player based on what kind of biomes are nearby, which, if you've seen my video about the copper golem where I spawned in a kind of mesa canyon with no way out, is actually pretty useful. You see, Minecraft, when you start a survival world, probably doesn't want to throw you in at the deep end. It doesn't want to spawn you in an area that has no useful natural resources, and so naturally the game is trying to place you somewhere that has things like wood that you can punch to get your first wooden tools, and then start you off on the progression from there. It's not super helpful if the game places you in a desert or a mesa, somewhere that doesn't have a great deal of vegetation around, because typically you will end up struggling to find your first wood, and then night will fall before you've even had a chance to craft a bed and skip the night, for example. There's the iron I was looking for, right over there. So, I guess I'll get to that somehow, question mark? Obviously, there are still going to be challenges in a lot of the early game of survival Minecraft, but I think it's at least important that the game is going to try and spawn you in an area that has some trees around. It's kind of integral to the early game of Minecraft that you can get started nice and quickly. And let me tell you, as somebody who plans on making a tutorial series about survival Minecraft when this update reaches its full release, it is a little bit reassuring to know that all of my viewers aren't going to be thrown in the deep end if they generate a world with a random seed. Alright, we've got our first 4 iron. I'm going to use that to make a shield and probably a bucket for a bucket of water, because we're going to try and speedrun our way through to the nether to try and get some easy Eyes of Ender through ender pearls some blaze rods from the nether. So fingers crossed we do that. I'm not going to be timing this as a speedrun or anything, but I think it's going to be kind of nice to skip ahead a little bit to the point where we can actually search for a stronghold instead of trying to scour the underground for dungeons. Although it is now more likely that you will find dungeons below Y0. They actually increase in number once you get into the Deep Slate Cavern level. That is an addition that happened in a recent snapshot, but not this one. I think it was the last snapshot that we got, actually. So I think it'll be kind of interesting to see if we can't find it in the Stronghold, because there is only still a chance that you will find it there, that we might end up finding it in a dungeon instead. So we got a bucket. We will grab ourselves a little bit of food from the overworld here, probably get a bed just in case we need to sleep for the night here in the overworld, and it looks like there are plenty of sheep down here. Okay, perfect. Let's grab this water source from the nearby mountainside, and it's actually kind of noticeable from the changelog now that mountains will have fewer of those water sources as you get above a certain elevation. I think it's above Y192, I think it said. You're not really going to find those water sources forming as much, so you're not going to get waterfalls that cascade all the way from the world height down to rivers, but you'll still get a few of them here and there, and they're going to look pretty majestic when they do. I've actually been re-rolling a couple of new worlds in the snapshots every so often just to test out what's new, just to get a feel for what it's like starting a new random world in 1.18, and to get a feel for some of the mining strategy that Mojang wants to inject into the game. And one of the things I am definitely learning is that you need to go upwards for your first iron and not downwards, because a lot of the time in higher elevations you stumble upon these patches of iron that are just perfect for starting out in the early games. So we're going to climb this mountainside here. We're going to head up to this patch of iron, hopefully get enough for a little bit of iron armor, and that way we'll be a little bit more protected in the nether if we stumble out into something like a crimson forest. And right here by this group of sheep, which has also given me the wool I need to complete my bed, we have a lava lake. That's absolutely perfect timing, actually, because I think from here we should be able to make a quick portal and go to the nether. Let's see if I remember how to do this. First of all, we've got to place a block there. We've got to get rid of that and let the water flow to make the rest of the obsidian for the portal. We need another block there as well. There we go, that's right. And then we should be able to make a little archway above this side. Gotta dig a little pit behind here, place one block there, and let's bring these blocks out here just to be safe, because I can't remember exactly how this ends up flooding. Yeah, it might have ended up flowing over the lava lake. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, perfect. That is that done. I'm gonna make myself probably another bucket, actually. Weirdly, it does seem like a good idea to have a bucket of lava just in case we encounter hoglins, and I'll need to go and find some gravel so I can make a flint and steel with the remaining iron. There we go. There's a little bit of it at the entrance of this cave, and it's all gonna cave in and block me off. There we go. We've got one flint and steel on the go, and that should be all we need. I'm going to grab a bit more wood once we're in the nether, because thankfully, as of last week's update, the one that happened basically around the time of Minecraft Live, which is why I didn't cover it, the biomes in the nether have been restored, so we should find some nether landscape once we're in here. And it looks like we popped out right next to a crimson forest. Perfect. Well, I'm going to do the dangerous thing and dig up the first gold ore that I see so that we can make some gold armor and hopefully not run afoul of any piglins. Perfect, we got enough for 4 ingots. We're going to make some easy boots with those, and now we should be relatively safe stepping into the forest. I'm also going to try and find some lava that we can use to kill the hoglins if we run into those, but let's just grab a little bit of wood from here and be on our merry way. Alright, portal coordinates are taken down. Let's grab a little bit of lava from somewhere. Can't exactly get it from up there, can we? But let's see if we can find a nether fortress in the vicinity, or maybe even a warped forest if we want to get some ender pearls from that. Ah, as luck would have it, over there is an enderman, and I wonder if I should be able to aggro him from all the way over here. Let's see if we can dig ourselves a little pit. And yep, no, he's definitely aggroed. Okay. Always makes me a little bit nervous when I can't see where they've gone. That guy did just seem to teleport, and I wonder if he teleported out of aggro range. That does happen occasionally. They teleport, they hit a block of lava, there's just some weird calculation happens, and then you don't get an enderman anymore. Oh, well, hopefully if he's around here, he doesn't really feel like jump scaring me and taking it out on me afterwards. I found him, he's up here, and I've dug a little hideout over there in the wall. Let's see if I can get there in time. Yes! First Enderman. It gives us both a Monster Hunter and a single Ender Pearl. Okay, so all we need now is Blaze Powder. Let's return to the overworld real fast, because actually the most obvious source of lava was from right here in this lava lake. And once we get hold of that and a warped fungus, that should be everything we need to get ourselves some dinner. Perfect! Even better, there's a warped forest right down here, so that's our Enderman farm sorted out, relatively close to the portal too. Gotta be honest though, wouldn't mind a nether fortress right about now, and I'm wondering if we can get some striders close enough that we can kill them, get some string, and maybe ride a strider out into the lava lakes looking for the feet of a nether fortress. At least it's, you know, possible to do in this update. I'm not sure I will ever forgive myself for what I'm about to do. Well, that guy gave us enough string, so it looks like we're doing it. We are saddling up a strider. I don't have a saddle, do I? Okay, plan B. Find a nether fortress on foot and ride a strider back once we have a saddle from the nether fortress. That seems like my only course of action at this point. Well, we have made it to the warped forest, and it's kind of a thin one over here on the edge of this area, but maybe if we can go a little deeper, we might be able to snag a couple more ender pearls. And that way we can be guaranteed of finding a stronghold once we have a decent supply. Yeah, the natural landscape here is not too friendly to the Enderman. Doesn't quite have enough headroom for them. It's pretty much ideal for me. Well, so far my hoglin hunting idea has not proved especially successful. Depending on what type of bastion that is, this may be about to change. Yep, it looks like that is a hoglin stables. Let's see if we can get over there. Or alternatively, there might be a chest over here by this ruined portal. Yes, here it is, and it doesn't have any food, unfortunate. But it does have some more iron and a little bit more gold, plus, ooh, a Silk Touch gold pickaxe. We'll get lots of stuff with that. The Curse of Vanishing leggings, we might as well use, and a knockback 1 gold sword. Well, worth a try, I guess, and I suppose if I stumble upon both different types of mushrooms, I could always make myself some mushroom stew here in the nether, but I have not seen all that many of those. Or maybe I have and I just wasn't paying enough attention. Either way, here is a prime opportunity to get ourselves some pork chops. Like here, for example, and hopefully there'll be some cooked pork waiting for me when I get down there. Oh, finally, beautiful cooked pork chops, and I wonder if we can snag anything else while we're here. Like maybe a saddle? I don't know if they have any saddles in here. They do have a lot of mushrooms though, so I'm gonna take some of those. Looks like we might be safe in here though, so let's open this up. We'll grab the ancient debris, but it doesn't look like it has anything that we can really use. I wouldn't mind breaking down that iron block though, actually. We might as well take that with us. That at least can get us a chest plate, and once again, I feel a little bit happier about that. While we're here, by the way, might as well turn that into an iron ingot and get ourselves a slightly better pickaxe. Well, we're loading up on the jankiest set of tools I can find, but at least we have a couple of achievements now. We've got a whole bunch going on right here, and let's see if we can find one more loot chest in here before I just call it off and go looking for another fortress. Well, it looks like we're all out of luck here. I'm not finding a single loot chest in the regular part of this bastion. Maybe I'm just not spotting them, but there's also a ghast floating around nearby, and I don't really feel like being a target right now, so I think we're probably going to have to can this bastion and go looking for a nether fortress instead. But it's been fun, and at least while we're here, we can try and get return to sender. Stand still, you coward! Uh-oh. Well, that is what I did not want to do. I may have just accidentally punched a zombie pigman, so yeah, probably time to get out of here. And retreat to the relative peace and harmony of my local warped forest. Oh, that was a little rough. Let's kill some endermen to calm down. And finally, after a frankly unreasonable amount of time, we seem to have a nether fortress in our sights. So let's see if we can go and grab a saddle, but the main thing we are here for, of course, is the blaze rods. I will try and keep my wits about me. I will probably duck into the inside of this fortress, especially when there is a chest literally right here. A couple more iron ingots. That's not looking too promising, though. A few quick safety bars later, Yes, there we go. There's our saddle. And we even got a little bit of gold that maybe we can end up using to get ourselves some piglin trades. So that's our ticket back to the nether portal. Now for the blaze rods. I hear the blaze are crackling. It's crackling around the bend. Oh, look at that. The mandatory 3 diamonds from a Pixlriffs snapshot video. You love to see it. Let's block this off for a second, and that is our pickaxe woes all done and dusted. I was wondering where the next pickaxe was going to come from. Turns out it's going to come from diamonds, my friends. Now, where exactly am I hearing that blaze from? Probably up the steps around here, and on the outside seems likely. Yeah, I bet it's... Oh, no, it's here. It's right here, and a couple of hits later, we have ourselves a blaze rod. If I have... There we go. I have the inventory space to collect it. Fantastic. I'm tempted to look around for a blaze spawner, but there are, of course, a ton of wither skeletons out on the parapets. So I'm going to hedge my bets a little, explore the interior of this fortress some more, maybe block off some of these slight dead ends, and maybe we'll run into a blaze or two as we explore here. I do hear them crackling around here, though, and it looks like there is one over there. Now, can I get to him without leaping into lava? Looks like we can. All right, we'll come in through the side wall. We'll give this guy a couple of quick taps. And there we go. Perfect. We got the rod we need. Time to make like an overworld tree and get out of here real fast. Although I did just hear a blaze as I ran over that section of the fortress. So maybe we can grab another swift blaze rod from this corridor. Looks like we might get a couple, actually. And yes, we did get 2 more. Amazing. So that doubles our chances of finding the stronghold if we need more Eyes of Ender to do it. We can always grab some Endermen from the overworld. For now, though, I think it's time to find a Strider in our... Whoa! Hello! One for the road, I guess. Nope, no blaze rod from him. Just wanted to send me off with a bang. Let's go find a Strider and make our way back to that nether portal. Hey there, buddy. You look like a happy Strider who wants to go for a ride. Let's slap a saddle on you and away. Now, all we need to do is head back to our coordinates close to the center of the world, and hopefully we should be able to make our way home. I think I may actually be able to take it from here. So we'll hop off the Strider. We'll feed him the warped fungus, and he can go off on his merry way. Head back into the lava lake and enjoy your life. I am headed home to the overworld. Oh, there we go, there we go. Wonder what time it is in the overworld. Do you think it's daytime or nighttime? Looks like the moon is going down, and there is actually an Enderman right there. So you know what? Let's see if we can get another Ender Pearl. Since the blazes were so generous with us, I figure why not? That is 5 for 5 on Ender Pearls. Not too shabby. But now, of course, it's time to fling them into the air and look for some Stronghold action. I have no idea how far we'll need to travel for this, but I presume quite far. So let's get a direction. Let's get our bearings. We are going that away, and we still get to keep our Eye of Ender. Fantastic. See you in 1,000 blocks. Oh, and it just occurred to me that if we find this music disc and we get ourselves another diamond for a jukebox, we could get the advancement with the new music disc. How cool would that be? I'm thinking the top of this mountain probably needs to be the next point we start throwing our Eyes of Ender, because we are getting close to 1,000 blocks on the negative Z, and that seems like the right place to start chucking eyes again. Alright, this is the highest point in the area, give or take the tops of those trees. Let's see, we are still headed in the right direction. Brilliant. This would be a really cool place to start looking for a stronghold. Little dripstone cave environment. But that's if the stronghold is down here. Let's throw it from the top of this ruined nether portal and find out. So if it was going in the same direction, it would be going that way. It looks like it is correcting slightly to the right there, and we are doing pretty well at keeping these things going. Other side of this forest, maybe we throw from here, and oh, correcting that way now. So we're looking at probably somewhere under the landscape over here. Maybe we'll use this ravine as a starting point. This aquifer looks like it might lead down somewhere. Although, better quickly throw an Eye of Ender just to make sure we're headed in the right direction. Okay, no, so we need to double back in this direction. All right, that one's going to explode. Fair enough. I need a couple of things. I need some torches, and I need another weapon of some kind. And it looks like I'm probably going to make myself a stone axe again, because those are the old faithful when it comes to fighting stuff here. Alright, that looks like that should be enough food. That way we can chuck out the mushrooms and the bowls as well and go down there pretty geared up. So I think in the new caving meta of 1.18, it's going to be really useful to bring not just logs with you, because of course logs are going to be useful in pretty much every situation, it's going to be useful to bring saplings, because you'll be able to regrow the saplings in caves, and that will honestly make it a lot easier on you getting wood renewably down there at the bottom of the world. The other thing you'll want to bring on a long caving trip especially is some sort of renewable crops, because that way you can end up growing food renewably down there. If you can bring a potato or two with you, you should have a much easier time surviving. But in this case, we've got about half a stack of food overall. That shouldn't be too bad. While the food's cooking up, I'm gonna briefly scout this area for a little bit more coal and maybe some iron, because if we can get some of that from the cave, we'll be a little bit better set up for adventuring. Looks like our best source of both is actually right here. We've got a little bit of iron, a little bit of coal, and even some gold up there in the wall, which is pretty useless to us at this point. And all we gotta do is ride a water bucket down, and thus begins my next question. How easy is it to find a stronghold in Minecraft 1.18? There we go, upgraded all of my gear from gold to full iron now, and you know what the weirdest part about this is? If I don't find the stronghold just kind of casually browsing around this cave, I might have to throw another Eye of Ender while we're inside this cave system, and that's pretty weird to me. We do have the makings of an abandoned mineshaft though. I wonder if that heads upwards and maybe intersects with the stronghold somewhere, although it does seem to pop out over this ravine of dripstone, and there could be a way up to the stronghold from here. Let's take a look. Let's also grab the diamonds, seeing as I'm walking right past them. Yep, looking for a stronghold in this update is an entirely different game, but I am not complaining if it takes me through some landscapes like this. Wow. I haven't really been to that many dripstone caves at this level of the world. These look absolutely amazing. Of course, for me to illustrate this to you, it would probably help if I made a few more torches so I could light this place up a little, but seriously, this is pretty cool. And it is here, surrounded by all of this dripstone, that yes, I am going to throw an Eye of Ender while caving, because hopefully we should be pointed in the right direction for the stronghold. Apparently it's back that way, maybe it is up a little further. Because of course we could go back up to the surface and try and locate it a little bit more accurately and then dig down to it, but I kind of like the notion of caving my way towards it from these new cave systems. And the thing that's giving me pause for thought is the idea that for a lot of this we could just be underneath the stronghold the entire time and not know about it, simply because of how diverse the caves are down here. It could take us an awful long while to find it. Oh, what a find, what a find. There's some more diamonds right here. I am once again going to have to throw an Eye of Ender because I'm completely lost. I think the abandoned mineshaft we found earlier is right there, but I am in desperate need of directions to this stronghold. We're up to a helmet's worth of diamonds at least though, and I think I'll get over here, grab a little bit more food, and then we're going to chuck another Eye of Ender. Oh, okay, it is behind us in this direction, and the eye, I think it just broke, or maybe it didn't, but it ended up inside the wall somewhere, so hopefully we can track through to wherever it's headed. One thing's for sure, we are pretty low down in the caves. We're about Y-24 back there, so let's see if we can make our way a little bit higher up and back into this cavern. And I think if we can swing around to the left here, we will still be heading in the same direction. It's tough, though. The landscape of the caves keeps pulling me in different directions, and I'm not certain which way I'm going to go to find the stronghold now. There is, of course, the option that I could have passed directly underneath it at some stage and not noticed, but I feel like if it wasn't just above me in the rock somewhere, then I would have noticed a couple of stronghold corridors poking out with stone bricks here and there. Let's throw another Eye of Ender and see where we end up. Yeah, back in this direction now. Okay, so it looks like maybe we should be headed upwards and into the rock face here. Maybe this water flow will take us up somewhere. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm kind of amazed that we haven't run into it yet, and I hope there's no problems with stronghold generation in this snapshot, otherwise this whole adventure will have been a little bit misguided. But there's just so much to the caves now that it could be anywhere around here. We're at Y30, it should be basically dead around here somewhere, but for the life of me I can't figure out where. I've surfaced. I came up through one of the aquifers. I was digging around wall to wall in there. I have no idea where the stronghold is down there. I am just lost right now, and I threw a couple of Eyes of Ender in some places where they just ended up phasing into the wall. So I am probably just going to use my last one while I'm here and see which direction it takes me, and if it breaks, then I am all at sea. But for now, at least, it seems to be leading me back in this direction. Let's go a little way over here, and let's see which way it leads me after that. Now it's going back in that direction. Okay, so it's definitely somewhere between those 2 points, and I guess we're probably going to try digging down somewhere around here. Well, already we've dug down into a part of the cave with aquifers and stuff that I've never even seen before, so that's a very good start. And right here we are at, like, Y23, so I'm wondering if the stronghold is just, like, really far down somehow? Because the dripstone makes it a little bit difficult to see around this area too clearly, but I don't see any stone brick anywhere. Okay, unbelievable. Unbelievable. We found it. I ended up going back to the surface, throwing my last Eye of Ender, and then finding that 4-4 block that you actually use to find the stronghold in the kind of speedrun method, and we've done it without checking coordinates, without going to any kind of external tools or anything, because I don't know if they would even work with current generation. We have finally found the stronghold, and now we can look in this chest, and it doesn't contain the music disc, but we can look around for some more of these corridor chests, and hopefully one of them is going to have it, so I can hear this music disc for the very first time. Well, there's the portal, so if we were going to the end, then I'd be very happy to have found that, but for now I think I'm happy to just kill a couple of silverfish and then break the spawner. Once again, it is going to be really weird caving down to the stronghold when they can generate this low down in the world, and it looks like part of this has actually been replaced by the natural generation of a deep slate cavern here, but imagine coming out of this cave, turning around and seeing the stronghold library right here. That's pretty cool. Although it does seem to have replaced the back wall where the ladder is, so I can't really get upstairs. But hey, we have Infinity and Frostwalker in here. That's pretty nice too. The music disc does not spawn in the library chests, though the changelog specifically references it spawning in Stronghold corridors. So I hope this stronghold has a few more corridors for me to check. We found the second library. This certainly looks like the second one, at least, because it's got a staircase at the back of it. We got a few books in there. Let's see what's upstairs. Up the ladder and to the back corner, we have, a bunch of books, actually. Luck of the Sea, Protection, Piercing, Knockback. Wow. A lot of protection and knockback in this library. Apparently they needed it. I tell you what I could do with right now is some kind of loot finding enchantment. We do have another chest in here, but it looks like we don't have one of the music discs in here either. But it looks like the stronghold does extend in a few other directions, so there is still hope. Oh, interesting. This seems to be a place where the stronghold generation has just kind of been cut off entirely. I'm not sure I've seen one of these rooms before. Or maybe it's a room that's not generating properly with the current world generation. I don't know. Either way, I should probably start blocking off the places that I have been just to make sure I don't end up backtracking and repeating myself. So there we go. We'll use cobblestone barriers to block off any places that I have already been. We have one more chest here, and it looks like we're not getting it from this either. So it is actually pretty rare to get these music discs. It looks like you're not going to find them in every stronghold, and there's a chance that we might actually... Hey, another room like this. We might actually have to search multiple strongholds in this world in order to find one, which I don't really have the time for, unfortunately, but maybe we will have to go looking another time. See, I thought it was going to be this room that was that weird kind of cleared out one, but it looks like it's not. Looks like this is not the type of chest that we would find the music disc in, though, either. So we are really going to have to scour every inch of this place to make sure that we haven't just passed it by. There's a chest down here. Could it have it? Oh, no, but it does have another ender pearl in it, which I was kind of lacking for at this point. But we are really not having luck with the music disc, unfortunately. I have some diamonds saved up, so we could play it if the record is in here, but looks like we are not going to get lucky today. Nope, alas, my friends, it looks like this stronghold does not have what we want. That is sorely disappointing, and unfortunately, we just had a few corridor chests that did not produce it. But maybe somewhere else in this world there will be a stronghold that will give us the disc, or maybe we'd be able to find it in a dungeon somewhere if dungeon loot chests can also contain the disc, and you get 2 of those per dungeon, so we could potentially be seeing ourselves with a music disc that way. But the search continues, and I guess it's going to continue over on my Twitch channel. I feel like firing up another fresh snapshot world, seeing if we can find a stronghold or some dungeons and acquire the music disc that way, and maybe we'll listen to it live on stream. But along the way, we even got to listen to all of the other new songs that are coming to Minecraft 1.18, the Caves and Cliffs update part 2, and I think some of this music is fantastic. Really feels like it's in the spirit of Minecraft, along with capturing that adventurous feel of going caving. So hopefully you'll enjoy those soundtracks being added into the game as well. For now, that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been Pixlriffs. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.